Greetings, students. This is Mrs. Hall, and this is the recording for the Welcome Session Fall 2020. Again, I will be your teacher with Georgia Virtual School. My name is Erin Hall, and this semester I will be teaching AP Psychology A, AP Psychology AB, and Psychology AB. So a little bit about myself. This is my 15th year teaching social studies. I've been with Georgia Virtual School since January of 2013. In both face-to-face and in the online setting, I have taught many different courses, and I am also gifted education certified, and in AP Psychology and AP World History. I am currently an EDS student at Kennesaw State University, working on a specialist degree in instructional technology. So this degree that I'm working on is fully online, like the course that you are taking, and I will be graduating this December, so that is exciting, and that's coming up soon. When I'm not working, I like to do things such as traveling. I have my kids keep me really busy. We have a double doodle over here. Her name is Julep. You can see her in the bottom of that picture there. Running, those are some of my other favorite pastimes. Important information for you guys, my contact information. This can always be found in your course under teacher information, but that's what you're going to find when you click on that is my name and my email address, erin.hall@georgiagavirtual.org. That's the best way to communicate with me. There's also my Google Voice. You can call and leave a message at that number, and I can call you back. My office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then each week I have Jigsaw synchronous office hours. Those are Mondays at 7 p.m. Unless otherwise noted in course announcements, one thing about those Monday sessions is there are a couple of holidays that fall on a Monday. So if that's the case, and for some reason that I need to change that session, I will post that in your announcements. We have weekly live learning sessions or office hours, and that's what took place last night, August the 3rd. Those are held in our synchronous learning platform, which is called Jigsaw, and they're created to help you be successful in your course. So if you're struggling with a topic or an assignment, or you have questions about something, if you let me know prior to my weekly office, I can make that the topic of that office hour, and I can work with you in a live setting to go over those things that you might need some additional help with. Let's see, if you're not able to attend those sessions, then they will always be posted under the live learning sessions page of your course, which is quick linked on the home page. How to maximize those live learning experiences is interactive. Come with your questions. Take advantage of the interactions during the office hour. It says you need speakers, and you need speakers, of course, but you don't necessarily need a microphone. You can type in the chat box, or you can, use a microphone if you'd like. That's up to you. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at is the syllabus. The syllabus can be found in your course, and we're going to look at a course here in a minute. Be sure that you review the syllabus page of your course, and then let me know if you have any questions about that. Calendar or PACE plan. This is an integral part of ensuring that you turn assignments in on time. Once you enter the course, it's going to take about 24 hours to populate. Once that calendar populates, that's going to have your list of assignment due dates. One thing to note, that every student in this course is going to have a different calendar based on when they entered the course. So for example, I have Johnny Test and Jane Test. And Johnny Test enters on August the 3rd, and Jane Test enters on August the 5th. Johnny Test and Jane Test are going to have different due dates and different calendars because of when they entered the course. This is different than previous semesters at Georgia Virtual School when we had one weekly due date. That is no longer the case. Now you will be looking at your individualized PACE plan or calendar for when you should turn in assignments. You can even install this application for Canvas on your smartphone and get notifications for when an assignment is due. I highly recommend that. That's a great way to stay on course and up to date with what you're supposed to be doing. The assignments, what you need to do each day is detailed on your course calendar, so that's when your assignment due dates are. You should be going through the modules in order prior to turning in any of the assignments in the course. So that's very important to go through the course modules, and then when you get to an assignment, you will complete the assignment in that order. The Georgia Virtual School late work policy. So check your course calendar again. Remember, it's individualized to know when assignments are due. Any assignment that is not submitted on its due date will automatically be assigned a 0. That's automatic by Canvas. In fall, the late assignments will automatically incur a 10% grade reduction each day, including the weekends, that assignment is late. So you have 10 calendar days to turn an assignment in for a late grade. Example, you have an essay due on September 15th, but you don't turn that essay in until September 19th. So that essay incurs a 40% reduction from the grade earned. For example, say you earn a 90 on the essay. You will subtract 40% from that 90 to get your grade. And there's just some images that illustrate the late work policy. Note that it includes weekends. That's important. So what about vacation? Many of the local school systems throughout the state of Georgia work on different calendars. Some of those calendars have a fall break, a week for Thanksgiving, a winter break in February, things of that nature. Your Georgia Virtual calendar follows Georgia Virtual School, not your local school system. So for example, if your local school system has a September break, you are still required to turn in work that is due that week at Georgia Virtual School. You may work ahead on your Georgia Virtual School work if you foresee a problem or foresee being out a day or two. Vacations and school trips are not an excuse for late work, and there's no exceptions granted for that late work. So make sure you look at your calendar against your personal calendar and that you're turning in your assignments on time. Technical difficulties is also not an excuse for work to be late. This is a virtual course, so you must have access to a computer and the internet to complete your work. You need to have some backups in mind just in case. Secure maybe a backup plan with your parents or your neighbor. Public libraries are open right now, so you could go to a public library and use the Wi-Fi there if needed, or a computer. So just make sure you have a plan in case something happens with your main computer. In short, you're responsible for managing your time and ensuring that you have the proper technology. One tip here, don't procrastinate. If something goes awry, you're still responsible for turning things in on time. The Student Success site is another excellent resource for students at Georgia Virtual. The Student Success site is in 2 places in your course. Number 1, under the Help icon, and number 2, under the Class Resources page. And when I do my tutorial of the class, we'll look at that. In it, you will find information on how to navigate your course, how to turn in assignments, how to check your grades, and Office 365. Again, we'll look at this in a moment. Gav's email communications. So you're going to have 2 places for communications at Georgia Virtual School. The O365 email account and your Canvas inbox. The Canvas inbox is informal. I don't check that as often as I check O365. When I log into the course, I'll go through the inbox, but I'm not always logged directly into the course. O365, if you have specific questions or concerns, I would use that. You need to set that up, and you need to set up a signature. As we discussed at the beginning of this slideshow, I teach 3 courses. I teach 2 AP Psychology courses. So in your signature, and we'll look at an example, you need to set up the full name of the course. For example, AP Psychology AB. Both of these need to be checked every day. Again, school communications and important course information emails go through O365, and just general comments and so forth can go through Canvas. Remember to use Netiquette in your correspondences and add that signature. We're going to look at that. Check both Monday through Friday. Do not use your personal email address once the semester starts, which is started at this point. So all communications between us are required to go through an approved Gav's communication tool. Here you see an example of a good signature, John Jane Smith, Psychology A. This could be Psychology AB, it could be Psychology B, it could be AP Psychology A or AP Psychology AB. Right now, I field a lot of emails every day, and it helps me immensely to be able to know what course you're taking to answer your questions. So for the quickest response, have that signature set up right away and use it when you email. Other things that are very important is when you are emailing about a new topic, please send a new email, each time with the heading of what it is you're asking about and be as detailed as possible. Please follow similar guidelines when calling and leaving a voice message so I can respond quickly. Please share this information with your parents as well. Let's look at some tips for more efficient emails. So this gives you an example of what your email should look like and what kind of email needs improvement. On the left, we see, "Hi, Ms. Gardner, I'm Jenny Smith, and I'm taking 10th Lit A 18 week. I have a question about the novel research project. Do we, ... And then she goes on and asks her question. Versus, "Hi, Ms. Gardner, I don't understand the assignment that's due today. I'm in your lit class. Here's the problem with the second. Number one, Ms. Gardner has several lit classes. Number two, everyone's working on a different calendar, so saying I don't understand what's due today gives her no information. She's going to have to return that email and ask the student, which course are you taking? Which assignment are you working on?" So that's important with email and with phone communications. If your parents have a question, please ask them to state the name of the course you're taking and be specific with the questions. Also, please do not text me. When you text me, that goes to Google Voice, and that Google Voice then goes to my Outlook email, and I can't respond through the Outlook email. So please keep all communications again through either Canvas or through O365. Office 365 also offers you Microsoft Office tools. You can download these on up to 5 computers and on your mobile device. So you have access to Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, and Outlook, in addition to 1 TB of OneDrive storage. And so I recommend that you keep your Georgia Virtual School assignments on the cloud or on your OneDrive so you can access them from any computer. Saving assignments, I cannot accept Google Documents or external links. So that means don't turn in to the Dropbox a link to Prezi. It will not be accepted. No emailed assignments. Please do not email me assignments. Assignments should be done in a word processor and saved in one of these accepted formats. And you can see they're highlighted on this slide. What you cannot do is do handwritten work and take a picture of it and then submit it that way. Please do not download and print off papers and write on them and take a picture. You will be asked to redo that work, and you only get you'll have to do that before the due date if you want to avoid late penalties. So no handwritten work, no images, no Google Docs. Make sure you're saving everything on a word processor correctly. Again, do not email assignments. All assignments must be turned into the course. The course is linked to the gradebook, the course Dropbox, and discussions and assessments. And so in order for you to get a grade in the gradebook, I have to grade inside the Canvas learning management system. So email assignments are not accepted. If it's emailed, you're going to be asked to turn it into the course. And again, it will need to be turned in prior to your due date. Academic honesty is another important topic at Georgia Virtual School. Your assignments are run through a plagiarism checker called Turnitin. So please do not cut and paste information from the internet and submit it as your own without a reference. Please do not resubmit an assignment that has previously been submitted in another class. Say you wrote a paper on B.F. Skinner for your English class. You are not allowed to turn that in as an assignment for your psychology class. You need to complete new work. If you took a class previously with Georgia Virtual School or another school that was psychology, for example, on-level psychology, and then you take AP psychology, you cannot recycle the work from on-level into AP. Plagiarized work will earn a grade of a 0. Your work should be yours alone without the help from others unless your teacher gives you permission. And then if you refer to the student handbook, there is a detailed, there's details on the consequences for academic dishonesty. What is plagiarism? So let's look at some examples. Deliberate and accidental will both find you trouble. Deliberate plagiarism includes rewriting from books and articles, copying and pasting from web pages, patchwork writing, which includes taking bits and pieces from multiple sources, borrowing, downloading, or buying paper, obviously. Accidental plagiarism is not knowing when to, or how to cite a source, not knowing how to paraphrase or summarize, not knowing what common knowledge is, and recycling an old paper. In my course, my Canvas course for all 3 of the courses that I teach, under the resources, you will find a Vimeo on how to properly paraphrase, which is a really excellent resource for doing that if you're unsure. So it's only a few minutes long, and I recommend that everybody watch that early on this semester. How should you cite your sources? In APA, for the AP Psychology students, you must use APA format. For my students taking just on-level psychology, you may choose to use APA or you can use MLA, whichever you're more comfortable with. For both courses in your resources, you have a link to the OWL Purdue, which will take you to a site that shows you how to cite using APA. And answer really any questions you have, whether it be a web source, a video, a textbook. So make sure that you access that resource. This slide is for the AP Psychology students only. This is about your AP Psychology e-text. You have an e-text, and you're going to receive 2 emails from administration regarding the e-text. If you look right here, you're going to see that the subject line for those 2 emails will be LockLizard PDF Viewer and LockLizard Web Access. These emails do not come from me, they come from administration. So look for those in your O365 email. One of them contains instructions for downloading LockLizard and the other for viewing the e-text on the web. There are also 2 quick notes that apply to Windows users. If you're using Windows, you need to make sure that when you extract the zip file, you're going to extract all. And if you try to license your software and nothing happens, you're going to disable the firewall and restart your computer. When you go to your course, you will also find under your modules that there is a link for e-text. When you click on that link, it's going to bring up this page with step-by-step instructions for downloading your e-text. I will say this, over and over, you have to follow these instructions step by step to a T. It will not work unless you do that. There is also a video created for how to access the e-text. I did get an email yesterday that students who are returning to Georgia Virtual School may get a message saying LockLizard has expired. They're working to fix that. And then I also got an email stating that if your email bounced back when they sent the first 2 emails, they're working to resend those. This is just a breakdown of your course grade, and this is also found in the syllabus. And so you can find this information on the Getting Started module or also on the Success site. Grading, this is good for information for expectations of when you'll receive grades. 3 school days of submission. So if you submit an assignment on Monday, Tuesday is 1 day, Wednesday is 2 days, and Thursday is 3 days. And again, that's Monday through Friday. So if you submit an assignment on Friday, Monday is 1 day, Tuesday is 2 days, and Wednesday is 3 days. So please keep that time frame in your mind when you're wondering about when you'll receive feedback for your assignments. Once you receive the feedback, please review it. One of the ways we correspond in online learning is through feedback. So sometimes I will post in additional resources, or I might put in a video, or links to outside sources, things like that. So make sure that you're reading that feedback. And then if you have questions, contact me about that once you've looked at your grade and read your feedback. This would be a great time to use the Canvas inbox because you can message me from those assignments directly. If you have questions, there's a couple places in your course you can go. Help's going to bring up your Georgia Virtual Help Desk and the Student Success site, and you can also look at your student handbook. So all the policies, questions about, late work, dropping the course, end of the semester, everything, all the policies are in those locations. Preferred browser, Mozilla Firefox. I will say I use Chrome a lot, and so I use Firefox really only if my Chrome's not working. So one of those two browsers. I don't recommend, this came up in the session last night, I don't recommend using Edge. Edge is very clunky, and I've never had great success with that at all. We're going to take a look at the course here in a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the last couple of slides for the welcome session. Georgia Virtual Administration is hosting some Canvas help sessions. The dates and times for these are listed below. The next one is coming up on August the 5th. There's one on August 23rd and another on September 10th. And to access these sessions, you would go to the Canvas Help Jigsaw Room, and you're going to enter as an attendee. You'll use your Georgia Virtual School email to get in and enter your first and last name and select continue. And this concludes our welcome session. I'm going to create another video to give you a tour of the course. And throughout the semester, know that I'm here to help you. Reach out with questions, concerns, and really the best advice I can say is to make sure you are staying organized, you're following your calendar, you set aside time each day to work on this particular class, and you keep up with your communications. Those are probably the best tips for doing well in your online course. Thanks, guys.